we are very fortunate to have a wonderful guest speaker today. And at this time, I'd like to, we've got a lot to cover, and so we don't want to waste too much time, but I'd like to introduce to you our host and lecturer and author and tour guide, and how many more credits do you have, Chad? And the years of research that has gone into what he has put together is just absolutely phenomenal. Stargate Detroit, him and his wife Lisa have just an incredible job. Be sure, if you get a chance, to go to the back table, take a look at the shirts and the DVDs and everything that Chad has to offer. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you Chad Stuckey.
Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate that warm introduction. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So my name is Chad Stuckey. I consider myself an esoteric researcher. And I want to start off by thanking all of you for coming out this morning. Truly, truly appreciate it. And we got a big day in store for everybody today. Before we get going though, a couple thank yous, of course. I got to start with William Henry. Thank you, Mr. William Henry. Making the journey home today. William grew up in the Birmingham area, so it's great to have him back in town, sharing some of his incredible research with us. And also, if you have any questions today, a couple of my helpers, my wife Lisa, she's in the back here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Lisa. We're over here. Patty Lou, raise your hand, please. Patty Lou would be happy to help you out with any questions also. That said, I've got a lot to share, so I'm going to jump right into it. If anybody has any questions or comments while I'm talking today, feel free to raise your hand, interrupt me, whatever. So, this morning, together as a group, we're going to take a journey through space and time. The way we're going to go about this is we're going to step back into our past and visit some of North America's ancient and sacred landscapes and rediscover, as well as tune into, some of the cosmic symbolism, as well as ancient artifacts that have been left behind by our ancestors. We will then step back into the present, back into the moment, and discover the emergence of cosmic temples and urban portals right in the heart of some of America's mystical cities. Mystical cities? Well, this is what I like to describe as the cities that have been built atop of, or sometimes neighboring, the ancient and sacred landscapes. And believe it or not, many times these mystical cities are turning up the exact same cosmic symbolism, sometimes consciously, sometimes not. And then if all goes well, we should be able to extrapolate corresponding symbolism from both the ancient sites as well as the modern sites in hopes of possibly catching glimpses of our futures. It's going to be kind of like a time machine experience today. Look to our past, we're going to be in the moment, and even look to our futures. So that said, we're going to start off in our past a little bit. For thousands of years, ancient cultures have been discovering and visiting sacred landscapes. Now, initially, of course, many of these were created by nature, or Gaia herself. The mountains, well, they reached into the heavens, while the caves were many times utilized for spiritual pilgrimages into the underworlds. When there was water in these caves, well, that was considered a transportation device to other realms. But the mountains and the caves, they weren't the only sacred gifts given to humanity. Ancient cultures also began discovering places on the surface of our planet where earthly and cosmic energies converged and culminated. And it was at these locations they began building monuments dedicated to the heavens, even gateways to the stars. Now these same cultures, they surely recognize that the earthly power spots, these cosmic connection points, these were places that resonated with stellar energies. And by creating and aligning their monuments and even their cities to the heavens, they felt they could both increase and possibly tap into those cosmic energies. So today what we're going to do is visit some of these ancient cosmic temples that are located across North America. And in particular today, we're going to focus on the Midwest. And I think we can, after a lot of research, I think we can view these mound sites as cosmic gateways to the beyond. Places where we can go and connect with not only our higher selves, stellar energies, but possibly even the divine. And as exciting as this is only the first half of the scenario we're going to talk about today. Now, as we come into alignment with our galactic core, our Milky Way's galactic center, it's starting to appear as if many of these ancient sacred landscapes are being cosmically reactivated. And if that's not exciting enough, that we have these places we can go and visit ancient sacred sites, well, there's modern ones that are being built atop these ancient sacred sites that contain the exact same symbolism and appear to be permeating with the same cosmic energies. These are coming into fruition many times in the form of city parks, what we call these cosmic temples. Now, some of these emerging and modern cosmic temples, they're even being aligned to the heavens, just like their ancient counterparts once were. And sometimes they're actually even being aligned to their ancient counterparts. So these cosmic temples, urban portals, or Stargate parks, as William likes to refer to them, they're being brought into fruition by artists who are perceivably, in some cases, actually tuning in to these cosmic and to these earthly energies. And they're creating monuments such as this, and parks that contain gateway, ancient Egyptian, sometimes even Stargate symbolism. And they're hidden in plain sight. They're just waiting to be recognized and utilized. They're just waiting. So the ancient sacred sites, in conjunction with the modern mystical cities, this is capable of turning nature, art, and even architecture into gateways, becoming catalysts to accessing other realms. These are locations where we can all visit regardless of our beliefs, regardless of our religions, regardless of how we were brought up, and have personal, spiritual, and on occasion, even transformational experiences. I mentioned we're going to come across the symbol of the gateway. So I just want to clarify a little bit. Symbolically speaking, gateways can represent a sense of passing from one state to another, one world to another, and even the known to the unknown. They can also take on a dynamic and psychological quality that not only indicates a threshold, but invites us to cross that threshold. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take a journey beyond the threshold of the gateways. Now, I also mentioned we're going to come across with all things Stargate symbolism in the hearts of our cities. So I want to clarify, it's very important to clarify the kind of Stargates we're going to be looking at today. Initially, when most of us hear the word Stargate, of course we're thinking of science fiction depiction. In movies, you have this ring-like object, and whoever can fit through that ring, or whatever, can travel around intergalactic space at less than the speed of light. You know, wow, awesome, who don't want to do that? But it's a little different than the kind of gateway we're going to be talking about today. William has pointed out, Stargates can be described in other ways too. And one other definition is that a Stargate can also be a communications link from the heart of one sun to the heart of another sun. A Stargate can also be described as a shamanic transportal, where energy pulsing and ringing from our star, other stars, and even star systems could be easily received. These are cosmic connection points, places where we can go and connect. And they're in the hearts of our cities now. So that being said, we're going to start off with one of my favorite cities, Stargate St. Louis.